everyone, my name is Bridget. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another day of Vlogmas. For today's video, I have a couple of succulents that I got in from a subscription box that I've been using for a while. It's called Succulent Studios and I need to repot them today. It's definitely going to be very simple. I enjoy this kind of stuff though, so I thought that I would share it with you and show you guys how I do it and then show you the rest of my succulents. So I thought that I would include that in a day of Vlogmas and I hope that you guys enjoy. Alright, so here's what I've got going on today. These are my two little succulents in their succulent pots. They come from Succulent Studios, as I said. I'll have them linked down below. And these two are actually from November's box. I just haven't gotten around to repotting them. Could have waited until December's box, but I don't think I'm getting it until like the 20th or something. So I thought that would be a little bit too late to show this in a Vlogmas video. So I'm going to show you guys me repotting November's succulents. These pots that they come in are biodegradable. You can just pot this in the pot as is and this will eventually break down, but I don't really like to do that. I like to go ahead and put them in their individual pots. These pots are definitely a little bit too big for the size of succulents that these are, but I like to do that because it gives a little bit more space to grow without having to repot them so soon, if that makes sense. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So this guy right here, beautiful little thing, is actually called a burgundy succulent. It also has the information on how to care for it on the back, which is really fun. Helps me out a lot to not kill my succulents. And then this one is called a black rose succulent, and this one is really, really pretty as well. The first thing that I do is I take a little sheet of mesh right here and I put it in the pot on top of the hole just to keep any of the substrate in there, like the cactus potting mix and everything, from falling through that hole. Now I take my cactus soil, which looks like this. This is called a gritty mix and it's really great for letting the water drain out so that your succulents don't become overwatered. And what I do with it is I just pour about like halfway, I would say. Okay, and then I'll set that aside for a minute. I need to get this guy out of the dirt. So I grab this little container and I'm just gonna basically pull away the soil so I can get the succulent out of there. If you're gonna do stuff like this, guys, you have got to be as gentle as you can so that you don't damage the roots. So this little cactus right here doesn't have much of a root system whatsoever. It's just a bunch of leaves, and so I'm gonna hope and pray that this actually survives. Okay, I'm gonna pinch this as best I can and get it in here and try and put this dirt around it to hold it in place, just like that. So then once I do that, I kind of just take some soil and I put it around the outside. This is not necessary, it's just to kind of fill in that empty space a little bit more. All right, and then we have our first succulent here. I'm gonna be honest, this one has a high probability of dying because there's not much of a root system. It's just a big cluster of leaves, and succulent people in the world might be watching this and be like, well, yeah, that's perfectly fine. That's a good way to propagate it or whatever. But I'm scared that this is not the right soil mix. I wonder if I should have kept it in its original pot for a little while longer, but it's moved now and all I can really do is hope for the best. So this is my first little succulent, the black rose succulent, potted in its new pot. Now we're gonna get into the second one. I gotta make sure my mesh is in there. This one has a brand new propagating leaf, so I'm gonna stick that in there, definitely. This one has a really good root system already. So I'm gonna end up damaging some of these roots just because I've gotta get the soil off of there, but it seems like there's a lot of really good roots on there where it can just kind of make a comeback. And I'm gonna take this pot and I'm going to kind of stuff these roots in there just a bit, as gently as I can without damaging any of them. All right, and then I can stick this guy right here. I think this one looks really, really nice. I love that this guy has such a good root system. I'm not so sure about this one because I've never propagated a cutting before. So we're gonna see if this can grow its own little root system, and if it can, then I will put it in its own little pot or leave it in this one if it does well. But yeah, this one looks really good. I'm excited. And so now I have my 2 succulents potted in their pots, and I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys over to my little station where I have my succulents and show you the other ones that I have. All right, so here is my little succulent system over here. I have the grow light turned off for now just so you guys can see better. I'm using this little bamboo tray just to catch any of the excess water when I do water them so I don't ruin my table. And then I have them all planted in these really unique, colorful pots, which I absolutely adore. So this first one back in the back in this yellow pot is a lemon lime succulent, which is a Crassula ovata. Hope I'm saying that correctly. It's doing really well, and I just think it's beautiful. This one here in the center in this red pot is a Semper Vivum. I cannot remember what it is called, like commonly. It's a house something. I will have it on the screen. It is doing very, very well. This one over here in this off-white colored pot is a Dragon's Blood succulent, which is a Phedemus spireus. Hopefully I'm saying that right as well. I think this is one of the cutest plants ever. It's stretching up pretty high, even though I have these grow lights on for about 12 hours a day. But otherwise, I think it's beautiful. It's growing really well, and so I'm happy with it. As you guys saw me pot in this blue pot, this is my black rose succulent, which is an Aeonium arboreum Zwartkop. Okay, a little bit of a mouthful. Again, I don't know how well this one's gonna do just because it's a lot of cuttings, doesn't have much of a root system, but I'm hoping that with my watering and this soil and my grow light that it actually survives. And finally over here in this green pot is my burgundy succulent, which is a Crassula platyphilia. Hopefully I'm saying that right as well. Again, I hope my little cutting over there does well. If not, I've got this big daddy up here in the front that's doing very well already, it looks like. Super excited to see these guys thrive, and yeah, I love my little succulent family. It's all so cute. It makes me so happy. Well, alright everyone, that wraps up another day of Vlogmas, just repotting some of my succulents. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy this video, please give us a big thumbs up. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!